So this is my playthrough of Shiny, run through of Scarlet and Violet, and I will say this: in this playthrough, the only rules are this. The only rules that we had in this playthrough was just that we had to use shinies, right? Obviously, the exception being that we had to hatch a shiny egg to get a shiny starter or shiny Pokemon that we could use to continue progressing in the game. But otherwise, that's it. Hope you guys enjoy. I wish there was more of me talking in the video, but again, I don't think I was that interesting when I was talking. I was very quiet, oftentimes. So a lot of it is just me talking over the video. But anyway, enjoy, play it in the background, do whatever you want. Till then, guys, praying for you guys and enjoy. Yeah. Okay, we finally got this freaking shiny. What is this thing called? Fletchling? That Fletchling. Freaking jeez, it took forever. That took. Well, I guess it didn't take forever. We got it in 128. 120? Yeah, 128, which is crazy, honestly. It's mad crazy. Malachi crashed out because he couldn't get a freaking Ditto. That was so hilarious, bro. He was screaming his lungs off. You don't understand. Oh my gosh. He was howling through the night, bro. I'm surprised his parents didn't come downstairs and like tell him to shut up. Okay, but it's 12:30 at night and you're screaming, "Get out my lobby!" because you're not getting a freaking Ditto. Oh my gosh, there was so much heart in Malachi's voice. He could have been voice acting, generally. All the heart he was putting. That's the crazy part, dude. I got one first try, yeah. I got one first try and he got one after he didn't get one at all. I had to give him mine. Like he just wasn't gonna get one. I don't know, it was hilarious. Anyway. Okay, so disclaimer. There was a lot of content cut from this video, and there was a lot of content that was meant to be there, but it wasn't all there. And there's a lot of voiceovers. It's mainly all voiceover, because I don't think I'm that interesting to talk for an hour plus. But yeah, long story short, sorry. Just enjoy it. It's a lot of content. Pop it in the background. Actually watch it. Don't care what you do. It's up to you. If you want to leave this video, that's also cool. But long story, that's it. Enjoy. So to give a quick rundown as to why my friend was crashing out, it's mainly because of the fact that we were using the Masuda method. The Masuda method is where you trade for a foreign Pokemon so that you have a higher chance of having that Pokemon breed a shiny. He wasn't getting one at all, even though I got mine first try. Plus, it was 12 o'clock at night. It became 12:40 after he got his finally, which I still had to give him another one of mine. He wasn't getting any, and every time someone would trade with him, they would show him the Ditto, but then cancel the trade. So he was getting rage baited, basically. Anyway, long story short, this is me battling the grass type gym leader. I'm just, brushing my Pokemon to give him happiness because I understand that there's a mechanic in the game that makes it so that when your Pokemon are happy, they will do things like dodge moves for you or land critical hits for you, right? And it's just me abusing the game's mechanics, honestly, at the end of the day. But yeah, I was just starting off by brushing them off with water. This is the gym challenge. It's really simple. You collect a bunch of Sunflora, and then, you bring them back to the gym. Really simple. I like how Pokemon did this. It was cool. It was chill. But anyway, after I collect all the Sunflora, I go back to the gym leader. And one of the things I want to note is that back when I was younger, Pokemon gyms used to be so much more simplistic, but they were still enjoyable. And I think it's still cool that even though this isn't the simplest gym, like I'm sure this could be difficult for some kid, it's still interesting. Like I'm not jumping for joy doing this gym challenge, but it's still interesting at the end of the day. Anyway, one thing I will never be able to understand is Pokemon when it comes to like certain things. And this is, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Like, this gym leader has to be the most he's just so ridiculous. Why is he aura farming on top of a windmill? Can you give me a reason as to why a grass type trainer is on top of a windmill jumping off? Funny thing, Pokemon did this, but they had no intention on using the budget to show him jumping off and landing. They just cut to a white screen. No idea why. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, we battle him and we beat him really fast. It was just, see that real quick here. One of the things I do want to mention that I like about this new Scarlet and Violet version is the fact that in Scarlet and Violet, like, they have this cool music for whenever your Pokemon's Rascalized. It's really cool. One of the things I found out halfway through the playthrough, I would say, is that Scarlet and Violet takes place in, I think, somewhere in Spain. It's a Hispanic country that takes place in, which makes a lot of sense because your rival Nimona does, like, say a lot of Spanish terms like hola, amigo, so on and so on. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know Spanish. I know a little bit, that's it. But she says a lot of things that would encourage me to believe that you are actually in Spain, where the region takes place. Which is cool, because Pokemon's always done that. Like, for example, honestly, the reason why people probably like Pokemon Black and White so much is because it canonically takes place in a country like America. So, I don't know, let that speak for itself. But yeah, anyway, I beat him really easy. This is me abusing the fact that you can use Miraidon to jump backwards, which is something I taught my friend. And it's funny how they still haven't passed this out. I'm fine if they don't, but like it's just funny. And the rest of this is just me battling wild Pokemon to level up my Fletchinder. For this next bit right here, it's basically me just completing the Titans. This is the Crab Titan. I mean, I guess he's called the Clip Titan, but I'm going to call him the freaking Crab Titan because he's a freaking crab. But anyway, yeah, this was pretty easy. The cool thing about my Fletchinder, actually, was that he's a normal type in Terrestrialization. So that basically means that whenever I fight something that is normally super effective against me, I just Terrestrialize to normal and it doesn't do anything to me. And, you know, I can just Flame Charge it till it dies, or I can do whatever. He also had Flail, which if you know what the move Flail does, it makes it so that the lower HP you do have, the more attack you do. So that was also cool. Again, Fletchling was just really nice because he had that normal terrestrialization thing. That was so clutch. Would I have not had that, my Fletchling would have been so much harder to use throughout this series. Anyway, yeah. So you see we have a Fletchling right there. Let me just say how annoying it is, Arven's story, just because I don't care enough to hear him sitting there and yap about how much he cares about making sandwiches for his dog. I'm sorry, it's heartfelt, but I'm not worried about that. I just want to play the game. Anyway, you go that Titan, and you're going to see a little bit of a cutscene here because I'm going to skip and grind a bit, actually, for the Path of Legends Area 1, the Ocean Titan, or the Sky Titan. We grinded a bit so we can get a Talonflame. I basically just grinded in the wild. I killed a bunch of, I don't know if it was Togepi's. I don't know what Pokemon actually farmed to get to level 37, but I did. And basically, after I did that, I beat the Flying Titan with Arven. We got a sandwich. Then I went to the gym, battled the gym leader, the Frost gym leader, right? This is the strongest gym leader. I did not know this at the time. But I battled her team of, like, level 22s while I had a level freaking, like, 40 Talonflame. I was like, you know, let me just make Talonflame super high level so that next time I catch more other, you know, Pokemon that are shiny, I can just level up really easily because I have a Talonflame that'll be already super high level, right? I battle this guy, and I get freaking rocked because his, like, Talonflame has, sadly, very, very low defense, and, like, no, like, he's just very, very low defense. So I battled this guy multiple times. This is just me going again and again. I had multiple strategies. One of my strategies was to use Sunny Day instead of using Flare Blitz, because Flare Blitz was cool and all, and it was real strong, but it was too strong and it was killing me in the same time. So one of the ideas I had was like, oh, okay, let me use the Metronome because Flare Blitz will get stronger and stronger and one-shot everything. It sadly didn't because the giant weird mouth thing has a super big HP pool, so I can't just one-shot everything. Eventually I did do it though because I Terrestrialized and I used a different move. I used Flamethrower instead. And Flamethrower came in clutch. I didn't think it would come in clutch because I was like, oh, it's a special attack type move, and my Pokemon isn't special attack. This was me hunting for a Finizen. A shiny Finizen. I found a shiny Finizen. I didn't record my hunting because I didn't think I'd find it, but I found it. I didn't get to record it, but he is shiny Finizen, and I'm going to evolve him into a shiny Palafan. But first, we played some Repo, and let me just say, this Repo session was hilarious. You'll see a certain clip here. This is just us playing Repo. I'll get to the certain clip that was super funny, I thought. It was my friend who was the last one alive. In this specific clip, honestly, you guys will see it. You guys will see it.
Nah. No, you'll see. You see in the back.
In the corner!
Cutting back to Pokemon, this was when I decided to train up my Finizen a little bit. I had not actually yet figured out the method for training Pokemon fast. Now, Talonflame got to the level he was because I found so many rare candies and so many, like, large candies in the EXP stuff and all that. I also got some EXP candies from, you know, I got some EXP candies from doing the school challenge. If you complete some of the school challenges, they give you candy. But anyway, yeah, you can see that I leveled up a really big bunch, so we'll speed past this part and show you guys what I did for the majority of the rest of this clip now. The rest of this was mainly just me trying to get my friend to figure out how to join my world. We basically joined each other's worlds, and I told him to fly over to where I was so I could show him how to farm Chanseys really well. I got too close to Team Star base. I did not want to battle them yet. Team Star is notoriously annoying, so I didn't want to battle them. I basically just showed him how to do it. You can see him on Zoraidon right now. We're just running around, kind of having a good time. So yeah, that's kind of it for this recording. The next recording is probably me just fighting the other... Oh yeah, it's me evolving Finizen into shiny Palafin. So yeah. Anyway, on to the next recording. So let me just make note of how annoying the side quest for Arven is. And it's not even annoying because it's a bad side quest. It's annoying because of Arven. I don't know why he talks so much. For someone who hated us and Miraidon, or, you know, whatever the other version of it is called in Scarlet and Violet. I think it's Scarlet. What is his name? I can never remember. Koraidon, yeah. Anyway, for someone who hated both of us, he wants to yap a lot about how much he cares about his dog, which I don't care, buddy. Anyway, we kind of skipped past this part for some reason. I don't know why, but you basically understand that. Oh yeah, we skipped so you could see the cooler part where we rebattle him. Or no, my bad. Sorry, we just skipped past it. Anyway, Palafin took out whatever that giant elephant was, and you know we get to Arvin yapping for a century, bro. Like, I don't know why this scene is so dragged out. Every other of the challenges that this region gives you is fine, but then she just yaps so much. Like, just give us a sandwich, give us the ability, and we're done. I don't understand it. Anyway, yeah, we eat the sandwich. We get the ability to either climb walls or surf, one of the two. I caught a shiny Serena, just randomly. So that, like, fills a hole. Like, no buffs, no nothing. Nothing. Not even an outbreak. She's just there. And my friends were so upset with me because they were like, you did not find a shiny Serena. I was like, yeah, I did. Or a Steenie that evolves into Serena. But yeah, they're like, you did not find one. I was like, yeah, I did. He's like, your reaction to that was so stupid, bro. Because up to this point, whenever I reacted, it wasn't to a shiny. It would always be like to something I thought of. I have overreactions to stuff that are nothing and underreactions to stuff that are something. So, yeah. Okay, so in this next bit, one of the things I want to make note of is the fact that this game made me gamble to battle the gym leaders. So I don't know how that's supposed to be. Like, Pokemon restricts a lot of things, but it's surprisingly wanted to restrict everything. Like, they restricted how many clothing items you could get. Like, there's no, like, you can't change your school uniform. You have to keep the school uniform on. You have to show that you're still affiliated in some way, right? But anyway, yeah, no. As I was saying, a lot. There's a lot that they have restricted. But anyway, yeah, they made you gamble. I battled my rival. I also battled the water type gym leader at 1. I'm pretty sure later on I battled the Joe type gym leader. But like I said, one of the things that does kind of irk me is that I can't get more clothing options. Like, I had a real cool Daft Punk thing going on, and I can't complete it because I can't get no more purple stuff. Like, come on, bro. I hear a lot more stuff was unlocked in the DLC, which maybe I'll play the DLC. Maybe I'll play the DLC like a little bit later with the new Nintendo Switch too. That'll be cool to do actually because the DLC offers so much. I heard, or not even I heard. I think I remember playing the DLC. Yeah, I remember playing the DLC. It offers so much. But yeah, we battled the Ghost type gym leader. It was really easy. We had Palafin and the team. We got a Dino, a shiny Dino that we hunted for. That I honestly hunting for shiny Dino made me so scared because I didn't think I would ever get another shiny after trying to find him. It just took so long. It took me like 3-4 hours maybe. But yeah, no. Anyway, all that aside, it was kind of cool. Once we battled her, now one thing I will make note of, they made the one black gym leader in this game a rapper. I don't really get that. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I know maybe I'm just being that person who's being coincidental, but the only reason I'm pointing this out is because in my notes I wrote down that my friend said, "Wait, why is the one black gym leader a rapper?" But you know, that's just a side joke. I'm not actually gonna take it. Don't take it too seriously. I don't take it seriously. I think it's just kind of funny to make note of. But yeah, the only thing that annoyed me is that she gave me PTSD with Mimikyu because Mimikyu, when I first saw Mimikyu in the Alola region, I was actually so pissed off because of the fact that Mimikyu has Disguise, and Disguise basically gives him a free life. So I used my Z move as the Decidueye on Mimikyu, was wondering why he wasn't one shot, and I was like, oh, it's because he has some BS move that protects him. Anyway, yeah, that was it. We battled her. We got the thing. And thinking about it, we don't get gym badges. We actually just get kind of just get what you call it. Which that clip was just me talking. You also saw as well, they used to evolve into High Dragon, Shiny High Dragon. One of my favorite Pokemon ever. He's just so busted, so powerful. And this next fix here is basically just me fighting Dondozo and like Tashigiri or whatever that little thing is called that goes inside of his mouth and kind of hides there. But anyway, yeah, it's just me doing that. And basically, this is the False Dragon. I originally had more PTSD from this because the first time I fought the False Dragon, Dondozo, or whatever his name is, I think it's Dondozo. Basically, he just kind of almost one-shot my Skeledirge. Luckily, Skeledirge has a high special defense stat, I think. But he's generally a good Pokemon because of the fact that he literally has a move that boosts his special attack each turn, which is so busted for like a starter. I've never seen a starter like this. He's so strong. There's literally no reason to pick any other starter. He's just busted. Anyway, the first time I fought him, I didn't realize the Dragon type would have Water type moves, right? I was thinking it was Dragon type, but then it used like, Hydro Pump on me. I was like, oh crap, I'm about to die. But luckily I somehow outsped it. I don't know. I think Arvin carried, but this time I carried with High Dragon because High Dragon is just generally busted. Like, he evolves level 64. I think that speaks for itself. Like, that's like insane that he evolves that high. After we did that, we beat the Titan challenge, so we battled Arvin, and we kind of just one-shot his entire team. I'm pretty sure I didn't use any hyper potions or any healing at all during this entire challenge. Like, I didn't heal myself at all. I didn't use hyper potions at all. So this entire fight with him was just basically me like trying to diff him, even to the very end, because I kept him out just to one-shot Master Biff, which was awesome. Hydreigon carried so hard. Yeah, he was level 72 at that time. But yeah, otherwise the next part is, you know, same standard, just me being cool. So at this point, what I'm doing right now is I'm about to battle Team Star, and the thing I don't like about Team Star is how unbelievably boring it can be because it's kind of laggy. And since it's so laggy, it's not very fun. Like, you'll see frames drop and all that. Now, at this speed, you probably won't notice the frame drops, but I'm letting you know now. For me, I notice the frame drops. A lot of people make complaints about this, about how these auto battle features are cool, but when there's too many Pokemon on one screen, even if they're just all clumped up together and there's not that many, it makes it troublesome. Now, as I'm recording this with the new Switch 2, I would love to see how this game runs. I've already tested it. It runs amazingly compared to how it used to run. Like, I'm so certain this game, certain this game will look 1000% better replaying it now. I'm probably going to, actually. But before I do that, I'm going to do a shiny run of the DLC, which will take some time. But yeah, no, I'm going to go back and replay some Pokemon games with this new graphics. It should have come out on the Switch inherently. That's what the Switch 2 inherently, and it's really amazing to see just the graphics. I mean, and the thing is, it doesn't look terrible on the Switch 1, but there's just times where you'll notice, like, there's performance issues. And that's very interesting because, like, imagine it releasing a whole console to release a whole new Pokemon game just for that Pokemon game to not run well. It doesn't make sense. It's weird. Like, it's like if Cyberpunk released their own custom, you know, I don't know, PC. Like, it's like if they advertised a PC and when you got the PC, it didn't run correctly, right? And I get that there were, like, you know, things that they had planned, but at the end of the day, I feel like Nintendo's a big enough company where they could have cut corners a little more to make it just graphically better, right? Like, when you look at the difference, it's actually like night and day. It generally is. But long story short, we beat the boss. The Team Stars bosses weren't that hard. It was really just how tedious and annoying they were. Like, again, the fairy one was probably the hardest for me just because I was refused to use anything but Hydreigon. And since they're fairy type and Hydreigon is dark and dragon, they do like 4 times the damage, so they're guaranteed to at least get me to half health no matter what move they use on me, especially if it's special type. But the thing is, Hydreigon has really nice stat spread anyway, so it's not like I'm in too much trouble. That's why I like Hydreigon. He's just really freaking powerful, which he should be. He evolves like level 64, which is insane. I think that's like one of the highest levels in Pokemon. I generally think so. I don't know of any Pokemon that evolves that high of level except maybe like Cosmoem, which even then I think that evolves at like level 50 something, maybe 60. At this point, we battle the Mona at Mezagoza. I think that's what it's pronounced. Anyway, again, one of the things I think was cool is that this took place in Spain, or at least I think it took place in Spain, somewhere obviously of Hispanic descent, where they speak Spanish, Espanol, whatever you want to call it, right? As you can see, it's Simona against Daft Punk. We beat the Elite Four, so she wanted to challenge us one more time, and what that led to was us simply just, you know, fighting her team again. Her team, again, wasn't very powerful. That's what I don't like about the new rivals. They don't seem as powerful. They're just kind of there to exist. I mean, it's cool they give you multiple rivals. That's really cool. But again, it's just not the same when they're just not as powerful and they're just kind of there to be there. I don't feel presence from this. Now, to be fair, I did grind a bunch of Blissey before doing this, so I'm pretty busted powerful. But, you know, again, it's just that little sentiment of how rivals used to be very annoying. Like, for example, if you go back to games as old as Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, the rivals were annoying. Every trainer in Diamond and Pearl is annoying because you generally could just feint a Pokemon because they have a good move. Again, it just seemed harder, which I guess Pokemon is really aimed towards more kids nowadays. Because I remember a time where Pokemon actually had guns. It was a very short time, don't get me wrong, but there was a time where they had guns. Long story short, we beat Nimona. It was pretty easy. She was happy about it because she's weird like that. I don't know why you'd be happy that someone beats you. That's weird. I mean, like, it's cool to be excited for them, but she's going over the top. Anyway, long story short, we beat her. And after her, we had a couple more Team Star members to beat. I think we actually only had one more. And I think it was the fairy type. No, it was like the dark type. It was the fighting type. Anyway, this little stupid Venomoth in the background, he was just in my screen for no reason. So I went and obliterated him because he thought it was just cool to take up my view. But yeah, anyway, long story, we went to this next one, and this is the last one. I killed this Venomoth because it, for some reason, thought it was just cool to take my spotlight and sit in front of me. I don't know why it thought that. So I terrorized on it, and I had to kill it, of course. No other way to do this. It's kind of surprising me that a level 90 couldn't kill it in one go with a Focus Blast, even if it is bug and flying, but that's besides the point. We fight this fighting type girl. I skipped past the, whole auto battle because, again, that was super laggy. We fight her and her Toxic Croak team and all that. It was interesting. I feel like if I actually would have fought her a little earlier, maybe I would have had some trouble because, High Dragon is a dark type. But again, we just sweep through it pretty easily. Again, the Rever Room thing was really interesting, but it was really weird at the same time. This Pokemon's literally a car. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, he's a car. He's literally a car. How does that work? Is that actually Pokemon abuse? Is that how he works? Because I've seen the actual Pokemon, and he looks nothing like this. But besides the point, we beat her. She cries about it, and we get her backstory, as annoyingly long as that is. And, we finish up with them. Long story short story. Here's the next part. Here, we're going to be battling the Poison type one. He was, again, just kind of mediocre. There aren't too many Pokemon that are weak to Poison type. And theoretically, if I would have went with the starter, I wouldn't have to worry about it because Ghost type isn't effective, or is better against Poison types, since Poison types don't do much damage. We defeat his, Pokemon that's being abused as a car. We get more backstory that is kind of unnecessary, in my honest opinion. And we get a picture. We get a TM, which is pretty cool. And then we talk to what is Director Clavel, but he's trying to hide his identity in a very terrible way. We get more battle points, more ingredients for making TMs, and then we move on to the next part where we fight, well, we see Penny first, but then we fight the fire person right after this. Penny gives us a cool TM, I think, and then we fly over here to finish the last one. This one took even less time because, again, fire types are even weaker to dragon types than, yeah. We have to enter from the front, it won't allow us to enter from the side, so we walk all the way around, and once we get there, we run into Clavel again, or Clive, sorry, that's his alter ego, which is very terribly obvious. We battle this guy who does a weird yet again Team Star pose. And again, this was, I think, one of the lower levels, considering the fact that he has a Houndour. We beat him. Once we go inside, we have to do the same old, challenge where we have to run around and kill a bunch of Pokemon with our auto battle, which again, super laggy. I don't like this at all. It's very tedious and it's very not fun because it's super laggy. Like, you're seeing this in 2,000 times speed, basically. It's nothing like this. It's something like this. I promise you it's laggier and it's slower. There are points where you literally slow down to like 20 FPS. We beat her. This character is the most interesting to me in the entire series because of the fact that she has boots that she can't even walk correctly in. We beat her entire team because she only has 2 Pokemon, and that was pretty easy. Again, this character is weird because she can't walk normally. Like, she has to walk like some kind of weirdo. Anyway, we get her TM, we beat her, and then after this, we are challenged by Director Clavel at the school, and basically, again, we get more backstory that we don't need. But we challenge Director Clavel, and he's supposed to challenge. The reason why we challenge him is basically because we're supposed to meet up with the leader of Team Star and battle him at nighttime. But Director Clavel wants to make sure that we're prepared for it, so he meets us here and we battle him. He actually has a decent team, I'm not gonna lie. His team's actually pretty decent, and I think it would have been like better if he was the rival, if anything. But long story short, we beat his team. It's actually pretty decently strong. He has a Abomasnow, which was kind of scary at first, but he wasted his first turn using Aurora Veil, which makes no sense to me. We beat his Houndour Houndoom pretty easily. And once we beat him, I think we have to wait until nighttime. Like, you actually have to wait. You can't sleep in this game. Like, I thought one of the cool things of this game was that you'd be able to sleep to nighttime and daytime, but you can't do that. You just have to wait based on your time zone when nighttime is and when daytime is. After we beat him, he says we're suitable enough, and we wait until nighttime. The principal gets mad at him because he's battling a student, which I guess that actually kind of makes sense. We go inside our dormitory, and we go to sleep. This is the one time it lets you skip to nighttime. The one time. Any other time, it won't let you do it. So we go outside to the school grounds, and we battle Penny. It's revealed to be Penny, right? We battle her, and her entire team is just Eevees, which is kind of cool. That's kind of cool. It reminds me back in Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, when there was a guy who used only Eevees, but he also had a normal, or only Eevee evolutions. Anyway, we beat her entire team. I think the only one that gave us trouble was Sylveon, because Sylveon's just known for being a powerful evolution because of its special defense and defense, and special attack. It's just really good. I don't use it too often, but when I have used it, it's been really good. Really, really good. She terrestrializes it, and I think it actually almost one-shots us. It does one-shot us. It makes sense. Anyway, we beat it with Fenizen, just using Jet Punch or whatever it's called, and we win. After we beat her, she gets jumped by, like, everybody who she knew, including Director Clavel. Again, she was the secret leader, so she gets jumped by Director Clavel, and, like, everyone, including Team Star, jumps her, and he kind of, like, says you guys are in trouble because you all were breaking school rules. Again, the story of this game is very interesting. It's not extremely enticing 24/7, but long story short story, he punishes them indirectly by making them students again. which is an interesting punishment. But he, he's just nice to them. After that, we go to the director's office, and he allows us all to come in and talk about it. But after that, we get to go to his office again, I believe, or just the main area, being Area Zero. But we have to go to the lighthouse first. Once we go to the lighthouse, we are able to talk about Arvin's parent who went missing. This whole dialogue right here is just her saying that she wants to be friends or whatever. But yeah, Star Fox is complete. We go back and talk to Arvin because he wants to go to Area Zero now. We go to his Area Zero. Originally, I think it had you go to the lighthouse, but I guess not. Anyway, we go to Area Zero, and all of us are meeting there. Like, Arvin's there, Penny's there, and Nimona is there. I tried to jump in, but it wouldn't let me do that, so, Anyway, we went inside. Arvin was there, and then Penny and Nimona meet up with us. This part, I'm going to super speed pass, so get ready, because I'm going to increase the frame rate. Well, you know what? No, I'll just let it play. Anyway, long story, we talk about it. We all decide to go into Area Zero, because we're kind of not prepared for it. We jump in on top of our Pokemon's back. I think the Pokemon's called Miraidon? No, it's called Koraidon. Yeah, so Koraidon. We jump on top of Koraidon's back while we jump to Area Zero. He kind of has a really cool cinematic where he allows us to glide through it. This is pretty cool. I like this. I skipped the cinematic because I didn't feel like, seeing it again for the second time. We talked to his mother, Professor Sada. If you get the alternate version, Pokemon Scarlet, it's going to be, I don't know, some random dude who's old. But we get Professor Sada, and we battle a lot of cool Pokemon down here. There's a lot of high-level Pokemon down here that you can just catch that are, like, fully evolved. Like, Arcanine, I think, is down here. Corviknight's down here. The new Zarigarath, Raichu. There's a lot of them, right? There's a lot of them. There's no trainers down here, though. No trainers, of course. There's Braviary, which is also really cool to see again. And then there's also Venomoth and a couple other Pokemon. Basically, the goal is that we go to each of these stations, and once we complete one of these stations is like activation pads, we are allowed to go further down. So I'll just skip past the part that's super interesting. But yeah. This is near the very end of the main game. At this point, we've gotten to the very bottom of Area Zero. This is the giant base that Arvin's mother is hiding inside of. We basically get jumped by a bunch of Pokemon once we try to activate it. I make sure all my Pokemon are healed up and all leveled up and everything. I mean, we're super high level, so I don't really worry about it. At this point, we're arguing about what we want to do. Koraidon comes out and kind of motivates everybody. But then he gets scared because he senses, those Pokemon right there. Anyway, we battle these Pokemon super easily, and we win, fight them, not too hard. I mean, of course, the game didn't expect me to be level 90 when I challenged these Pokemon, so we kind of one-shot everything we see, almost. But after that, we scare away all the Pokemon, and then we rush inside. Nimona decides to go, like, full crazy and chase the Pokemon and go battle them because she wants to battle more. Again, it's just continuous battle after battle, but then we get inside. Once we get inside, it's just a little base, and you see the professor. Now, long story, it's actually a robot. The actual professor died, and that was the Koraidon that the other Koraidon was afraid of. There's two Koraidons at any given time, which is kind of weird. It's the first time they've ever done a dual legendary type scenario. But again, we pick up the booster energy, which is used for, the Pokemon battles. Anyway, at this point, I'm actually going to stop talking because this is the point where I actually have a live reaction to me battling the professor. The professor actually has us shut down Area Zero because more Paradox Pokemon are escaping. So she wants us to essentially just stop her, right? And this is where that happens. So I'll stop talking here and actually show the battle. I enjoyed this battle the most because it was actually kind of funny, only having 4 Pokemon. But yeah, long story short, here's the battle. Okay, this is our final battle against Professor Sada. Let's try to get this done quick, guys. This will be the most difficult battle we've really ever faced, I guess. This is where the challenge comes. We will not be using any items at all. If our Pokemon die, our Pokemon die. Matter of fact, I'm willing to get rid of a shiny if I lose this fight. Due to how difficult I know it's going to be. As I lost this fight the first time, even when I set up with my Skeledirge. When I played in, I think, Violet? Yeah, Violet. So, let's see how this goes. AI glazing itself. That's a first. Okay, guys, let's lock in. Here we go. Here we go. Full cutscene.
Okay, yeah, here we go, guys. The final fight. Let's go. Well, second to last, but still one of the hardest fights. Anyway, I'm gonna watch the other moon in the background, so, you know, I won't be taking this too seriously. I know pretty much everything she's gonna pull, so, yeah. I did forget that she had Master Balls, though. Well, let's go. Mmm. I'll catch you as a shiny. What level are you? You're level 80, I think? I think you're level 80. I swear you are. You have to be level 80 around. No? Hmm. Those items we're using are shell bells and... Ooh. Ooh, that did hurt. Hmm. I wonder, guys. My speed fell? No, I have to kill it now. The damage will be too great. I have to kill it now. Let me do some quick studying. Yeah. My friend just pointed out a really good point. He made a really good point. Honestly, I'll lock in. So, because of that point, Dragon Pulse. One shot, as expected. Cool. Let's heal our HP back. Get it started. Now, since she is an AI, she's going to send out her next Specs Pokemon, which is going to be something that's going to counter me, so I need to be careful here. Yep, Scream Tail. Exactly what I thought. So we're going to use Hyper Voice here. Our special attack is up by 2 stages. This should be pretty, easy. Yeah. Yeah, Hyper Voice. I don't want that thing touching me. It just touched me. I don't like that at all. We almost one-shot it. We're pretty close to dying here. But if I'm being honest, we could live this. Do I risk it, though? You know what? I'll bank it on something else, actually. And here's what I'm going to do. Dragon was nice, but he didn't go as I planned. I should have actually gone for one more. Really? Oh, critical hit. Okay, no wonder. Really critical hit. Okay, yeah, that was a lot of damage. That was a critical hit, so that means it won't ever hit like that again. I'm going to use Flip Turn here. It's going to switch me out automatically. So I'm going to switch into, or will it actually switch me out since the Pokemon fainted? Yeah, it will. It'll also heal me because I did damage to it. Cool. 2 HP. That's not much, but, it is something. And now, I'm going to sit. Oh, this is perfect, actually. She just found my trump card. This might actually be perfect because she's going to send in her Pokemon. Or is she going to get to send in her Pokemon automatically? Yes! Oh, this is perfect, guys. You don't understand how perfect this is. Kill all of them, Palafin. Kill every last one. Don't leave a single one alive. Kill all of them. This actually works so well for us. Wow, what an amazing setup, bro. Fluttermane? Okay. Now, Fluttermane, I think you are... I don't know what type you are, honestly. Oh. Huh. Isn't that special? Jet Punch. Kill it. I think we win this fight from here. I trust Palafin to do his job. Call him the almighty Pokemon. Jet Punch. One shot. Give me some HP back, buddy. 238 to 258, so 20 HP back. Sandy Shocks. So Sandy Shocks is probably going to be a electric type, I'm assuming? It is. It is indeed. Now, it might have Sturdy. It might have Sturdy. So, I cannot let this thing kill me. So I have to kill it. Wave Crash. Good. Oh, it was super effective. Look at that. Cool. So Sandy Shocks has to be Rock type. Or Ground type of some side. Now, how much damage do I take from that, and how much do I heal from that? 216. Okay, we have a really good sustain going on here because I gave Palafin the, a Brute Bonnet. That is a Grass type, and you know what? I think I might be able to beat it. If we use Wave Crash. No setup. Yeah, we're going to have to go for it, because either I die here or I kill it. Wave Crash, let's go. Base 120 power. Ooh, almost. I think we die here, guys. It's fine. We got a nice trade, though. 181. I think it's fine. Giga Drain. Oh, huh. We actually don't die. Wow. You are tanky, bro. You are one tanky MF, Palafan. Okay, go ahead and kill him now for me. Thanks. Wave Crash. And then I'll switch you out, Palafan. I'll have you use Flip Turn next turn and switch you out. Thank you, Palafan. I owe you a lot, man. Cool. You're going to be low HP now, Palafan. You're going to be at red HP. Yep. But you're going to heal back up to yellow, I think, or orange, about. Yes, you did. Okay, perfect. And Roaring Moon. Now, you're a dragon type. Palafin, I'm going to risk your life. Honestly, I think you can do this. I really do. Now, I wonder if she'll Terrasilize since these are future Pokemon. I don't think she will. She doesn't have a Terrasilize now, I don't think. But let's see. Roaring Moon. You know what? No, you're going to live. I'm going to let you live. Ooh. Boost the energy. I see. Photosynthesis. Moon's attack was heightened. We're going to use Flip Turn. I'm not going to let you risk your life, Palafin. I'm actually going to try to... Ooh. Really close to Palafin, actually. You might have actually been able to kill him. What is Flip Turn's burst power? I don't know. I just know that, like, If it wasn't very effective, that means that Roaring Moon has to be Dragon type to some extent. It also has to be Flying type, so it might just be its normal typing. I'm gonna switch in Talonflame, because I know no matter what, Talonflame's gonna, like... He's gonna be decent here. He's gonna use Dragon Claw, okay. Yeah, expected. Acrobatics. Cool. He's gonna use Stone Edge? Ooh, that might kill us, yeah. Yeah, kills, that's fine. I really wish Talonflame would have lived that, due to how, like, friendship works, but Palafin's gonna come in and switch it up for us and kill him. So, guys, because my Talonflame died, I'll have to give up a Shiny, and what that means is that I'll have to give up the Shiny I don't want, because I'm not giving up the Shiny I do want. So, I'm gonna be getting rid of Serena. Bye-bye. Anyway, we win. Easy win. Easy win. And I think the rules were completely fair here. I didn't use any items besides the ones given to my Pokemon, which weren't that crazy, honestly. We defeated the Asada. Now there will be one more battle for us to do. I really don't know why us defeating her fried her circuits, but, you know, that's cool. Now, normally this game would have taken me about 15 hours to defeat, but because we were shiny hunting, it took about 35 hours to beat. Anyway, I believe her highest level Pokemon was level 70, so that's very interesting. Very, very powerful Pokemon. Very powerful. And to think she's not even the most powerful as... She's not even the most powerful trainer that I've fought yet in this unit, in this region anyway. Yeah, he's gonna think that's his mother, unless he has any form of intelligence to notice that that's not his mother. Yeah, this is all, you know, not very heartwarming actually because it's a robot. I thought they use the most generic sound for, like, a glitch or a bug. It's like the most generic sound you hear in any TV show or movie for, like, when a glitch or bug happens. Anyway, we're gonna hunt for shinies with a 1 in 400 rate, which will be much nicer than 1 in 600. By a landslide. I'm gonna speed through this process because it's very cheesy.
Anyway, picking off where past me left off. Again, I'm skipping past this because it's really cheesy, and I don't like the fact that Pokemon did this. From this point out, I'm sorry if I like talk a little slow. I bit my mouth a couple hours before recording this, so I do have a canker sore, which you know what that is if you've bit your mouth before. It's just a sore in your mouth that's kind of hard to talk with. Anyway, long story short story, this is really cheesy because it's a raid boss, which is really weird because they could have just done this like any other Pokemon battle you would have done back in the day. Like, back in the day, you just battled the opposite legendary. I mean, I guess they did this to be fair in Sword and Shield, but even then, in Sword and Shield, it was 4 people, not 1 person battling it. So it wasn't, like, I think you could have possibly lost in Sword and Shield. I think you could have. If you couldn't lose in Sword and Shield, that's also cheesy. Make it to where I can lose. It should be possible. It shouldn't be this easy. I don't know why Pokemon does this thing, like they're making it super easy to battle now. Like, look at this. I'm at 1 HP in this recording. I have no way of winning this, but then they give this, you know, the power of friendship literal scene where my attack rises sharply, and now the Koraidon must recharge. Which, again, I don't understand why they did this. But anyway, long story short, this is the last battle utterly. So after we beat this, we're done with the game, right? You get the whole credit scene and all that, and everyone is happy and celebrates. The game forces you to Terra Blast because all this Terrasilize because all of a sudden your Terrasilization thing works. Again, I don't like this because it's super cheesy. I generally think Pokemon could have done better with this. Like, they didn't need to do this. They could have just made it a normal Pokemon battle with a little bit of a twist, but this was the worst twist I could have imagined. I still enjoyed the game, but this part kind of turned me off the first time I played on Pokemon Scarlet. In Violet, it's just as cheesy, right? But again, I get what they were going for, but I personally don't agree with it. After we beat him, Arvin's robot AI mom starts talking to us in RoboTalk, and basically she says that she can't stay here. She has to go, otherwise the time machine will keep working and keep bringing back Pokemon from the past. So we get this cool cutscene where she leaves and just bids us adieu with some weird, like, Bill Nye the Science Guy outro. She disappears, everything shuts down, but of course you'll still have access to Area Zero, so if you come back to Area Zero, you won't be able to come back to the specific room. This will be locked. But long story, we beat him. He says mom, even though it wasn't his mom. He cries about it, we move on. We now have Koraidon's legendary form unlocked, so we can use it now. It's actually my favorite. I like Koraidon more than I like Miraidon for battle, but Koraidon's cooler to ride in my opinion, pause, but Miraidon is cooler to use in battle. I just like its battle appearance way better. It looks way cooler. Anyway, this is just cutting to me actually doing some Terra battles now. So yeah, you'll see a Corviknight. This is my alt account, and I shouldn't say alt account, but long story, this is the other account I had for Violet. I gave my Violet card to my friend Malachi, and he played Violet through on the card. I just transferred all my Pokemon over from Pokemon Home and started doing Terra battles. But long story, I like this playthrough. I'm going to do another playthrough of this with the DLC, but I will be doing the playthrough of this on the Switch too. So it will look way better. It'll feel way better. It'll be more awesome. I'll be more enthusiastic. So if you guys did enjoy this somehow, as long as this was, awesome. Cool. I'll release another one soon. But yeah, this was my playthrough of Scarlet and Violet using Shinies. This was not a Nuzlocke. I don't think a Nuzlocke would have been as fun. Well, maybe it would have. I don't know. I just didn't want it to be too difficult. I wanted to actually enjoy the playthrough, and that's what happened. So maybe on this next DLC playthrough, I will actually make it a Nuzlocke, because I'd be fine with that. I think I can handle a Nuzlocke now, especially a Shiny Nuzlocke. I'm smart enough. I played Pokemon for a decade. I think I can. I hope I can do it. But anyway, again, there were a lot of parts that I skipped in this video because there was just so much content, guys. I'm not even kidding you. Like, again, this was 35 hours of playthrough. This is like, I think this is coming out to an hour and 40 minutes about. So yeah, hopefully you watched this while doing something else and kicked back, relaxed. But until then, guys, again, I hope you enjoyed this and keep clashing. I'm praying for all you guys out there. God bless. Stay safe. Anyway, keep clashing, guys.